Hello, my name is Antoine Bouet and I have the pleasure to present this online course on economic modeling of trade policies in Africa. I'm professor of economics at University of Bordeaux and also senior research fellow at the International Food Policy Research Institute in Washington, D.C. I'm specialist of trade policies and economic modeling. And so I would like to present right now the main objective of these online courses, the contents of this course, how it works, the agenda, and the general approach. So let me present this online course. First, what is its main objective? Its main objective is an initiation to economic modeling of trade policy reform with an application to Africa. So there are several words which are really important here. First, an initiation. So we suppose that the students, the trainees, are economists that do not have an experience in economic modeling. So this is an initiation to economic modeling. So it means that we try to teach mathematical representation based on economic theory of a sector or maybe an economy or maybe the world market, and this economic modeling will provide some figures about the results of reform. So finally, we are interested in trade policy in Africa. So this is the focus of this online course, and of course we give a special focus on the African continental free trade area. Now, what are the contents of this online course? So in fact there are three elements in this course. First, an initiation to GANS, which is a mathematical solver, which is the instrument that we need to conduct economic modeling. So then we've got the models. First, initiations to partial equilibrium models, which are models with a focus on a specific sector or several sectors of an economy, without taking into account all interdependence effects or in fact the impact on labor markets. So it means that there is a simplifying assumptions at the point of departure of these models, but of course it allows a more precise modeling. And finally, initiations to general equilibrium models, which of course are fully consistent because they take into account all interdependence and all markets in the economy, but of course it is at a price of maybe less precision. So how does it work? In fact, there are two curricula in this course on economic modeling. The first curriculum is entitled Introduction to Economic Modeling. A second one, which is accessible to trainees that will have been successful at the first one, and we hope that each of you will succeed, is entitled Economic Modeling Advanced Issues. Each curriculum lasts 8 weeks. Let me continue on how this course works. So this online course on economic modeling is based on technical resources, something that we call capsules. So these capsules are videos like the one that I'm just presenting right now, but also PDF files, Excel files, GAMS programs. They are accessible on the platform. And you have to watch a certain number of videos and technical resources before a specific deadline. Of course, you manage your time, and so it means that you can take this opportunity to watch several times the same video and to watch them as often as you want. And you have some assignments to make before a specific deadlines, but you will also have a few tests consisting in multiple choice questions. An important point is that you have to respect strictly the deadlines. When you applied to this course, you had to present a research project on a half page, and this research project was supposed to be a topic of interest for African stakeholders. And so you will have to initiate this research project at the end of these 2 curricula. And of course, we will help you in the design of the methodology and also the interpretations of the results. And you will be encouraged to submit abstracts of these research projects when it is done to economic conferences of importance like the GTAP conference or the AERC conference. But this year, on June, we will have 2 selected trainees that will present their research project at the GTAP conference. In fact, we will organize a special session consisting in myself presenting this course, then these 2 selected trainees presenting their research projects. And now what is the agenda? So you know that there are 2 curricula for this online course on economic modeling. The first curriculum consists in 2 modules. Module 1 lasts 2 weeks and module 2 lasts 6 weeks. And the second curriculum will be identical in terms of structure and agenda. So the 2 modules, the first module will last 2 weeks and the second module will last 6 weeks. So right now let me present the general approach that I'm going to take during this course. First, I will adopt an interactive approach, meaning that I'm not going to make long theoretical development without interaction with you. I will try to push you to be behind your computer and to program your own model and to conduct your own economic analysis. This is my first objective. And of course, it also means that if you have questions about specific elements of the course, if you have difficulties in responding to a specific assignments, you have to ask us and you have to interact with us in order to improve your understanding of the course. Second point, I'm going to adopt an incremental approach, meaning that systematically I will start with something very simple and I will finish with something which is much more representative of what modelers are doing today. So for example, during curriculum 1, module 2, when I'm going to present general equilibrium model, I will start with a very simple general equilibrium model consisting in 8 equations and 8 variables. And I will finish in 5 stages with a general equilibrium model with 64 equations and 64 variables. Third point, the quality of data has always been an important concern for me. So I will try to emphasize this point. And of course, I will try to explain what to do when the quality of data is doubtful. Fourth point, models are not black box. This is something that is also of great concern for me. So in fact, we have to explain precisely why we obtain such results with an economic model. And in fact, we have all the data, all the figures, all the elements within the model to understand why we've got these results. In fact, we have many variables with many values, initial value, final value, and of course we can change an assumption. We can change the size of an elasticity in order to understand what happens within the model. And finally, you will have noticed that the design of capsule is very simple with specific features. This is because I'm following, in fact, the recommendations from specialists of pedagogy.